Welcome to the Brickworks Podcast, an extension of the studio based here in Burnham-on-sea. Our aim for this podcast is to have a completely open forum for conversation. This could be about art, life, mental health, or even how the world is burning down around us right now. Whether you're listening to this whilst on a run or relaxing at home, we hope you enjoy our mild-mannered rambles. Thank you. Honey, it's art. Look it up.
For God's sake.
For God's sake. I'm actually like, shall I put that as like our new slogan for the Brickworks?
Yes, please.
Like,
yes. Oh my God, please do it.
I'll turn it into like a proper little slogan. Every time somebody asks me what I do for a living.
Bougie Brickworks Studio. Look it up. Honey, it's art.
Right. Anyone that's watching or listening to this, can we please get a designer to make that for us?
Please.
Yes, 100%.
I'll be very happy. If you can
Because
make
at
it
the end of the
thinner
day,
on my caricature as well, that'd be great.
we need to turn Xanthe into a meme, and
Oh, and you spat all over the condenser mic then.
Please don't.
I'll try not to. It's fine. It's good. We've got this.
Got this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So how's it going, Xanthe? I know we've spoke a little bit about yourself and where you're working at the moment, but obviously I know that the wedding industry is
Oh, don't. The wedding industry's been hit really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anything event based right now is.
I think a lot of people have been left in limbo as well. A lot of people newly self-employed haven't had any help, and they can't really expand their portfolios as well. There's no opportunity for them to do anything really artistic. For their business anyway. There's always opportunities to be artistic.
Of course.
And, do little projects for yourself. But work-related wise, we're just posting old stuff. Like, it's not new, I promise. I didn't shoot this recently.
I swear it wasn't last week.
It wasn't last weekend. I didn't do a wedding, I promise.
Yeah. How have you found it though? Because obviously, sort of like we spoke earlier before we came on the podcast. Obviously not last year, the year before, you were like sort of busy beyond belief.
Year
like
before,
wedding to wedding to wedding sort of thing.
Honestly, I was back to back.
Yeah.
I couldn't move for weddings. June to kind of October time. You can't rest. You have no days off. It's like, oh, but you've got the weekdays off. No, I don't.
No.
I am editing
and meeting
I'm
clients.
Doing admin. I'm meeting clients.
Yeah.
I'm putting together bridal packets and sending them to people. I don't have a day off. Go away, Judy. I don't. Okay, leave me alone. I can't come out.
There's some deep hatred in there, I think.
No, being self-employed is great. But the wedding industry, you get to meet so many different people from all different backgrounds, and weddings are kind of all the same. It's a celebration of love and happiness and
totally
awesome times. You don't really meet anyone miserable on a wedding day, so
no.
that's kind of why I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
Whereas now in my new job, I meet many miserable people.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. No, it must be really really hard at the moment, I suppose, because you can't necessarily adapt to something that just isn't happening.
No, absolutely not. You literally just give it up, and that's it. You miss the mad mornings of rushing around and and sleepless nights. When you get home and it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, no, I'm too excited, I can't sleep, and I have to edit pictures. I'm like, I'm gonna send these to them, and they'll wake up like, how have you edited 10? I was just excited to do this.
And I've had too much coffee.
Honestly, I live on coffee at weddings.
I can imagine.
But sometimes when they feed, they'll often feed me a 3-course meal, and I just have a plateau and I crash.
Sort of mid-afternoon.
Between speeches, I'm like, I'm dead, I can't. I can't photograph your speeches, mate. I am in a food coma. This is not happening at all.
You just find a little cloakroom to have a little nap in.
I'll be in my car. See you later. Yeah. When's the first dance? 8 o'clock? Yeah, see you in 2 hours. Bye.
I find it really interesting, wedding photography, because I don't think I've ever actually photographed a wedding. I filmed a wedding. Yeah. I filmed a wedding. Must be over 4 years ago now, and I will apologise on the podcast to the people I recorded the wedding for. It was shit. It was terrible work. I thought at the time when I was filming, I was like, yeah, this is going to be so sick.
I don't, because when I look back at my first work, I'm like, how the fuck did they pay me for that?
Yeah. It's really weird, isn't it, when you look back at your work?
I'm ashamed of what I put out, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be 300 quid. I'm like, no, I should have paid you to do that.
I should have paid you loyalty.
That was shambolic. Get married again, I'll do it again, right?
Just re-enlope.
Give you mates raise.
Yeah.
Try before you buy. I'm a lot better now.
But it's I found like the thing with weddings is like, yeah, there's like this really weird pressure to it, you know. Yeah. I've done commissions for clients, etc., and businesses, but have I never felt the same amount of pressure I have at a wedding? No. Like, there's only this finite amount of time that this thing is happening.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, this is their like really special day, and I've got to make it look cool.
And they've spent like 2 years planning it.
Yeah.
And all those little details as well. Like, a lot of photographers forget that, you know, like, as a photographer, I've seen 1 million sweethearts. I've seen 1 million buttonholes and, you know, the table favors. But for that couple, they've spent, you know, 1.5 to 2 years planning this day. If you don't get a picture of, you know,
all of the details,
a flower on a table, they're probably going to remember that and go, oh, well, I paid money for that. I don't have a picture of it. So you have to make sure that you get every single little detail, as well as the main events of the day. You don't fuck it up. Sometimes it does happen, you know, like, you'll have a couple that, the first kiss is really important to us, and then they'll do like this half-a-second kiss. I'm like, mate, you're gonna have to give me a bit more than that. I can't get that. I am not Sonic the Hedgehog, please.
But it must be quite interesting, because like, you have to, I'm guessing, adapt quite quickly in those sort of scenarios.
Definitely.
You know, I'm very interested in, you know, personally, I don't think I would shoot a wedding, not by like me being like snobbery or anything.
Too good for that.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm an artist.
He's an artist, honey.
I'm so making stickers out of that. But I think
hit me up with those stickers, mate.
Yeah, I'll link you up, Xanthe. It's all good. I'll put CC Xanthe underneath it, like.
DM me on Insta.
But I think, like, I've always found with weddings that pressure must be really sort of hard to deal with sometimes, especially because you've done some crazy like wedding venues by the looks of things. Looking back through like your portfolio,
crazy ventures out there.
Yeah, and it must be. It must be quite sort of like, oh shit, like, we're doing this. I got to make sure I get this. Like,
so the first wedding I ever did, I did it for free, and back then I couldn't talk to people at all. I was like, why am I doing this? And then, can we have some group shots? I was thinking, how am I going to do these group shots?
Yeah.
I can't talk to people.
Yeah.
There's me with my little mouse voice, like, hello, can we have the bridal party here, please? It's like literally like I was fucking recording ASMR at a wedding. I'm like, hello, would you like to get in that line? Now I'm like, bitch, move over here. You're in the red hat. Stop looking over there. You just kind of develop this monster personality. It just comes out of absolutely nowhere. And I have had people like, oh, you're a bit bossy. I'm like, no. I am assertive. I'm not bossy. I'm assertive and I know what I want and I'm going to get it, and then you can go and do what the hell you want for the rest of the day.
Go get as drunk as you want.
Exactly. We've got 40 minutes to get these group shots done. We're going to get them done and you can go and do what you want.
Yeah.
Go have a Jaeger bomb. I'll buy it. Go away. Just leave me alone. No, the stress is absolutely unreal sometimes. But I think when you've been doing them for a while, it just becomes a bit of a timeline for the day. You're like, right, bridal prep, do that. Make sure there's no crap in the background, like pants. No, honestly, all weird stuff.
I was about to say, I bet you got some weird stories.
No, seriously, there's just the weirdest stuff in backgrounds in some pictures. I'm like, there's a bra on the radiator. Why is there a bra on the radiator? And I have to like spend like 20 minutes cloning out a bra on a radiator. Why didn't I just move that?
Yeah.
But you learn a lot from yourself, from your own mistakes, like wonky horizons.
Yeah.
People do it all the time, not in just wedding photography, landscape photography. I'm like,
it's
the pinnacle of the picture. Get your horizons straight.
But that's what I mean, is it's like, I've always thought of wedding photography, it's very similar to like documentary work, but it's really fast paced.
It's a very weird balance between documentary, staged, and complete reportage. You kind of flick between
multiple styles
all the time.
In a way.
You know, if somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, we like natural shots," I'm like, "But do you like natural shots? Because here are some natural shots." They're like, "Oh no, we want a few staged ones." It's like, well, so you want a mixture of traditional and documentary? Like, oh yes. So a lot of people don't actually know what they want in a wedding photographer, and it's quite difficult to tell somebody what they actually want or kind of get that from them.
Yeah.
So some people genuinely just want 100% reportage, no staged pictures at all, and that's really fun. But if you mess it up, if that's not your style to shoot in, for example, like say if I wouldn't be able to do what you do because my brain is just so focused on trying to not stage something. But
No, but make the best out of that one frame that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
And it is really difficult to kind of gauge someone's wants and needs.
Do you think like the clientele side of things, like working with the clients pre-wedding, is like almost as important, if not more than?
Yeah, communication between the couple is really, really important. You can't hire somebody that you don't know, that you've never spoken to, or that you've never met in person, or you haven't had a Skype call with. You know, all of my wedding meetings at the moment are over Skype or Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. You know, whatever I can get, I'll take.
Yeah.
I'll send an SOS. I'll send pigeons. Like,
start sending Morse code. Boop, boop, boop.
I don't care at the moment. I'll send you a pigeon and I'll write you a little note and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Just checking in.
Hi, it's me. Just checking in. I sound like I'm selling you a pyramid scheme there. Like,
honestly.
Hi, hun. How have you been? Haven't seen you since school.
How's the marketing going?
Yeah, communicating with your couple and getting them to kind of show you what they actually want. You know, they'll see pictures. Usually the bride. Usually. I want to be as inclusive as I can. But it's usually the bride. They'll send me like a million pictures and go, "Oh, I love these." I'm like, "Great, thank you." Yeah. That's great. You know, I'd like, you know, getting a mood board from somebody and going, "I really like this kind of style." And if it's not my style, I'll just tell them. I'm like, that's not my style. Here's a photographer that you might be more suited to. You know, being a good wedding photographer is accepting the clients that want you for your style and not changing your work
for this client as such.
Exactly, and delivering a product that isn't what they wanted.
No.
Because you're not used to doing that style. If somebody said, "Oh, I really love light and airy pictures," that's not me, sorry.
No.
Here is an amazing photographer that is that style. Hopefully they're free on your date. Have fun wedding planning, you know, it'd be nice to talk to you. If they want some atmospheric, moody, low light pictures, then I'm your girl.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's so like client, like working with clients, and communication is so valuable, and I think that's the case in like all aspects of not just creativity but in general.
Yeah, definitely.
But I could imagine sort of working, obviously, as I've said, I've only ever worked one wedding and it was like a friend of mine. And I'm ever so sorry to that friend if he ever listens to this podcast for the hideous creation that I made.
I'm sure it was fine.
It wasn't.
Did you put any vignettes in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, like Star Wars transitions.
It was bad.
Like wipes and fades.
Yeah.
Like a zoom, like
It wasn't good.
Oh, no.
This is before I knew how to make films.
Was it on like Movie Maker?
I think it was.
Was it on iMovie?
Yeah. I got paid for this shit as well.
No.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's okay.
It's not.
It's not.
I might have to make another one. Shall I go back through all the footage and re-edit
have you still got the raw footage?
I think somewhere. Just re-edit it all, like make something really cinematic. Like, I love how I did like the Italian thing. Cinematic.
Oh my goodness.
But no, I think it's really interesting because like there's obviously wedding photography is such like its own thing. Like
it is very much its
niche,
own standalone thing.
100%. Like I know a lot of photographers that have dabbled in it, you know, and I think a lot of photographers will or have
you either get it or you do not get on with it at all.
Totally, because it is such a, as you were saying, I get the feeling it's such a mix mash of, you know, working with clients. Of course, that's the key thing, but actually the shooting of it is, it's not as easy as it is sort of presumed, I suppose.
No. It gets to that point where it is for you. And then I'll have people message me, "Oh, you know, can I come and shadow you for the day?" Yeah, of course you can. You're more than welcome to. And they'll come and go, that was really intense. That went by really fast. It really does go quickly. You'll have an hour where you get to sit down, but you are on the go constantly. You literally have to be on it.
Yeah.
If there's a moment happening, you're like, God, I gotta get through. Like, I'm like marching past people, like, fucking get out of my way. Like, elbowing Nan, like, get out of my way. Yes. I've never elbowed a guest.
I was about to say, I have this vision of you like KOing.
I did take out a kid once by accident. Total accident. Yeah, I had my camera bag like by my hip, and I turned
and smacked
really
him
quickly, and my camera bag just went and like smacked this kid in the face. I went flying. So I'm just gonna leave.
It's like, where's the gin? Like... So
it was absolutely awful. Yeah, I've done some dumb stuff at weddings. I don't know where I'm going. I just walk backwards into things. Like falling into holes, walking into trees. I sliced my hand open on a gate once, like trying to climb onto it. I was like, I'm just going to get this angle, like sliced my hand open. They were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting the shot. Like blood dripping down my arm.
That's some hardcore like wedding photography. Are you sure you're not a photojournalist, like a war photographer?
Exactly. Just like booting people up with like riot shields.
It literally sounds like it's a war zone that you're walking into.
No. They are very elegant days, I can assure you.
Of
course. Very elegant. And then there's just me like covered in like tribal war paint.
Just like black paint under your eyes. Like,
get to the job. For 20 minutes to get bridal portraits. Get out.
But you've photographed like all over the world in some parts, you know, which is so awesome to see.
Really lucky to do that, actually. So I went to Barbados, which was
cool,
fantastic. That was like my luxury wedding holiday.
Yeah.
Then I went to Norway, and that was absolutely incredible. Like, I could live there.
Where's the favorite place that you've shot?
I don't know. Probably New York. Actually,
yeah, New York City is
it's my
amazing.
shot. Whenever anyone says, "Oh, I've heard about your work,"
yeah, is that the one that's in the middle of like an intersection, isn't it? Yeah. I think I've seen that.
It's got the taxis turning out, and the bride and groom are literally in the middle of the road.
Such a sick shot.
So, really weird story. When I got that picture, I was with another photographer, Michael, and he's absolutely fantastic. So he lives in Spokane, Washington, and we kind of met at the middle. And we were like, let's go to New York. Let's do some cool stuff. So we did, bridal portraits over there. Did the wedding. It was awesome. And we did a location recce the day before. I was walking through Central Park. I was like, oh my God, I'm such a tourist. But, me acting like I'm the main character in everyone's life. I'm like, oh, it's me. Hair flick. It's me.
I think everybody does that in New York.
Absolutely. When you're walking past something, I was like, I bet they're looking at me. I'm
Well, if you're British in the States, then pretty much everyone is looking at you. Like,
hey, this girl, come on. She's like, I love your accent. I'm like, thanks. Sound like a right dick.
I had something similar when I was in New York. Are you from
England? I'm like trying not to do a Bristolian accent. Like,
all right, my love.
Yes, I am. Yes. I just turn around and go, "You're right. How's it going?"
What?
No. Just turn around.
Probably scare her off. Like.
Just start doing a real strong Scouse accent. What you fucking talking about? It's like, oh, get away from me.
Run. But
sorry, we were doing a location recce in Central Park, and saw this amazing street. I was like, yes, this is the street. Like, we have to get this shot. And it was dry and it was beautiful. I was like, yes. And the next day comes and it's absolutely pissing down with rain. I'm like, oh my God, no. Get to the street. There was a massive hot dog cart where I wanted to do the shot. We said, right, we will pay you $20 if you can literally just move your cart like 10 feet that way for 10 minutes and we'll be gone. He looked at us like we were pieces of dog shit. I was like, no. He wanted $400 from us.
Mother.
So you've got those little rickshaw drivers that go around Central Park.
Yeah.
They're like the cycle ones, so they're on a bike and you've got the carriage at the back. No, we just paid a guy $20 to just put it right in front of his hot dog car, and I stood on it. So, mate, you missed out on $20. Like, sorry.
My bad.
Someone else got there first. This guy wanted $20 more than you did, so sucks to be you. But I got the shot.
But that's what I mean. Is like I love the stories behind those sort of shots. You know what I mean? Like I've had a few of those over my short career that I've had. Like with just like the build up of actually getting the shot. You know,
and if you want something enough, you will go to any bloody length to get it. I stood on top of a rickshaw in the pissing rain in December in New York. The bride and groom were freezing to death. I was like, it's fine, I nearly got it. I've nearly got this. I've nearly got the shot. It's fine. So it was just move the light stand in the middle of the fucking road. Asked the traffic officer, I was like, hi, can we do this?
He probably didn't care.
I mean, he realised I was British and was like, it's far too much paperwork, just get on with it. Like, thanks, buddy.
See, being British does get you somewhere, apart from Brexit. Anyways,
yeah, don't get you in or out of the country.
Let's not go down the political
route. Need a visa,
route.
just gonna sip my tea, it's none of my business.
Good old Tory pie. But no, I think like the thing that I've always noticed in your work that definitely puts it in this interesting bracket in wedding photography is like the style. Like it is very moody. It is like the shot that we were just talking about, the New York shot. Like when I look at that, I'm like, bold. Like, like so many people wouldn't have shot it like
it's
that.
A look.
Yeah. But I find it really interesting because you look at, I don't look at a whole lot of wedding photography, obviously, because that's not necessarily my discipline.
It's not your style. It's not 100%. Something you go, I really want to look at that.
Yeah, of course. But I find there's this really weird, I don't know if you would agree, but there's definitely trends in wedding photography. And I think...
Absolutely.
I think a lot of trends that come into photography, so at the moment there's the very low contrast, looks like film, but shot on digital... Yes. Yeah. That sort of started in the wedding industry.
It did, yeah.
Like that became a thing, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago.
And
now everybody does, yeah. I hold my hands up. I've done it, you know what I mean? Like my most recent project
like a preset every now and then, don't judge.
Lightroom's good, you know what I'm saying? Presets. But
make my own presets.
Oh, all right, somebody's getting it. It's art.
It's art, honey. Art. Okay, make my own presets. I don't use anyone else's.
But like, I think that's the thing is because I've been so used to any like wedding photography that I have seen this is no disrespect to other wedding photographers, it is very same and it can all look quite similar. Yeah. Whereas with yours it is really bold and like
thanks.
Yeah, and it's super like heavy contrast and
I
all
love
of these
a bit
different
of contrast, like real earthy tones, like stuff that it's a bit more popular now, but stuff that you didn't normally used to see in wedding photography.
No.
I do try to keep it as true colour as I can. So, when people pay a lot of money to have bridesmaids dresses, they're a certain colour. Of
course.
And then your photographer comes along, I'm like, no. They're purple now.
Yeah.
No. They were blue, like keep them blue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of presets that photographers use. They do mess with colours, and with a wedding photographer, like in my industry, you have to make sure that the client's getting those colours that they've essentially paid for their wedding. If they've got a colour scheme that's blue, it's lilac now. Yeah. It's just because that's my work. Yes. It's lilac.
But that's really interesting because you must have to be able to balance your style to then what the client wants. Absolutely. As well. Like,
and all weddings are different.
Of course.
I've shot weddings that are in teepees and barns, and then you've got really fancy like stately homes, and then I've got beach weddings, and it's just really, you need to find that balance. You need to kind of be able to put your style on any setting, and it's important to make sure that you don't fuck it up.
I think that's the key for everything right now.
I might get that on a sticker as well. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. I'm sure
RuPaul will be on my back. Like.
I feel like we need to make a Xanthe meme, and it just literally has different quotes.
Oh, can we have a soundboard?
We've got microphones.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, like, let's make a Xanthe soundboard. Like, I got friends that are app developers. We can make something out of this.
Oh, we could do this. Yeah, that'd be great.
The Xanthe app.
Yeah.
The soundboard Xanthe app.
Done. There we go.
Every wedding photographer will need it.
That's our $1 million idea.
We've said it on the podcast now, though.
Shit.
It's not. No, it's not. We're not going to do it.
No, we're not going to do it. I'm just going to look up trademarks. Give me a sec. I'm just busy doing that.
Just like ringing up H&M, like, hey, can I...
excuse me, can I trademark that? Thanks. Asking for a friend.
Oh, that's funny. So you still shoot on like Canons and stuff as well?
Yeah, I'm a Canon girl.
Yeah, I haven't met many photographers that are still on Canon these days.
Wow, alright, I'll just fucking leave. Thanks. Weird flex, but okay.
Just saying, this is shot on a Sony.
I am looking at moving to Sony or Fuji, actually.
Fuji?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Fuji's coming up.
Is that the X Pro series?
Yeah, the XT4, I think.
Okay,
They are really nice. They're so sharp. My friend's got one, and I've used it and thought, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works of what I want to upgrade to. I love my Canon. You know, it's bulky. It's weatherproof.
It's a workhorse.
It literally is a workhorse. You know, the shutter will last forever on it because it's a powerhouse. It just gets the job done.
No, 100%.
And the colours are nice. I think with Sony and Fuji, it's a bit more of a playing game with raw files, colour grading, and I'd have to edit totally differently.
Of course.
But I think now's the kind of perfect opportunity for me to upgrade my kit because I've got that time to have a mess about and I'm not going to mess up on a wedding and go, well, all your colours are shit because I don't know what I'm doing with this new kit.
Yeah, 100%. I suppose, now is actually a really good downtime.
Definitely.
I suppose especially as a photographer, there's sort of, you've been a wedding photographer for what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, 4.5 years.
Yeah, so you're still, by no means are you still early doors, but you're still building and such.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, still building a brand, and you're always kind of got, you try to get your foot in the door with everything. Like, I do this too, and I do this now. I do family shoots, but I genuinely just want to stay with weddings. I don't want to be that photographer that shoots absolutely everything. I don't want to overload myself. I'm not a newborn photographer.
No.
I don't have the training. I don't have the studio. I don't have the props.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
it's just really good to kind of stick to your area of expertise and grow it as well.
And especially if it's an area that you feel very passionate about.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, the interesting thing is obviously, as we were saying, your workload only 2 years ago was crazy or non-stop. So now it's actually, I suppose, a positive out of that is actually having the time now to develop.
Well, exactly. I went to Paris in August at a time. Well, I literally got back from Paris 3 days before they said, "Yeah, you got quarantine now. You're not allowed to go there." So, thank God for that. I really need to cough. Wait a sec.
That's not that bad. I don't have Rona.
It's just I talk a lot and I can't shut up. You get that weird thing in the back of your throat
yeah.
You need to cough and breathe now. Stop talking. But no, I'm here to stay, so I'm not going to stop talking. I went to Paris in August and it was absolutely incredible. It was just making something out of a shitty situation.
Totally.
I was like, right, I'm going to do a bridal shoot. So I really spontaneously put together this trip within 2 weeks and thought, fuck it, I'm going to go to Paris and I'm going to go and shoot at the Eiffel Tower and I'm going to go to the Arc de Triomphe and I'm going to do all this cool stuff. I was like, oh wait, I've got no couples to photograph. I've got no models, I've got no dresses, I've got no suit, I've got no this, I've got no wedding jewellery or anything like that. And I thought, all right, I'm going to go on Facebook and Instagram and have a bit of a network. And I managed to get 4 amazing dresses by 2 incredible bridal designers. And what else did I get? I got some amazing veils by a local supplier, actually. She lives in Taunton and she's fantastic.
Cool.
I put a little advert out on Facebook in a Paris models group and 3 actual couples got back to me. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And as a wedding photographer, finding real couples to work with is generally very difficult, and you usually have to pay them a lot of money for the privilege.
Yeah, of course.
But these guys did it for free, and their connection between each other was incredible. Like, even one of the couples took me for lunch afterwards, and it was just so nice. Everyone was just absolutely fantastic, and I got up at 5 a.m. to do a sunrise photo shoot at the Eiffel Tower. And
I saw the picture from that, actually.
God,
Yeah.
Totally
with
forgot about that.
The spontaneous, wasn't it somebody proposing to somebody?
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. So I had a bit of a thought. So my couple messaged me and said, we're going to be a little bit late tomorrow. We've got to get our car fixed. I was like, no problem. I was like, I'm going to miss the sunrise. That really sucks. So I kind of went to sleep at about 1:30 a.m. Oh shit, I've got to get up at like 5 because it's the middle of August. Obviously the sunrise is really early. Yeah. I thought, I can't be asked. And I didn't set my alarm, but I woke up at 5:10. I thought, actually, you know what, sod it. I'm going to go see the sunrise at the Eiffel Tower, at the Trocadero steps. And I got there and I just sat there and watched it and it was lovely. And I got my camera out and I was testing my settings, just to see what I wanted to get later on in the day. and this couple comes up to me. Well, they kind of come and stand by me, like right next to me, and I'm like, mate, we're in the middle of a pandemic, can you fucking not?
Yeah.
And I thought they didn't understand me, and I didn't say anything just in case. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not just gonna outright say, get out my fucking way, boy. At like 6 a.m.
in Paris.
Yeah, just get stabbed.
Just have a fight with some randomer.
Why not?
Yeah.
Except
Well,
get mugged. Why not?
you know, you're living your own movie out there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the main character. Thank you. Xanthe in Paris. But yeah, they said, oh, you don't mind if we set up our tripod? I was like, oh my God, you're English. I haven't met any other English people here. Because we couldn't really go anywhere. Paris, like France, was one of the only places that we could travel to without self-isolation when we get back and quarantine when we get there. And I was like, oh my God, we're like, whereabouts are you from? It's like, oh, we're from Bristol. I was like, fuck off. Are you from Bristol? I was like, I live in like near Weston-super-Mare. They both looked at me and were like, yeah, we literally just moved from Weston to Bristol. I was like, what the fuck?
What the hell?
So weird. I was like, oh, you know, do you mind if I get a couple of pictures of you guys? You know, I've got a photo shoot in about an hour. Do you mind if I get a couple of pictures? You know, see what kind of poses I want to do. She's like, oh my God, that would be so great. That would be amazing. And they went and stood. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. It made me so emotional. It's like so pathetic. She went and so they both went and stood just kind of in the middle. And they had their little phone tripod set up next to me. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a couple of pictures. And he just gets down on one knee and proposes to her. And I just burst into tears. Like, this is so nice. I cried for like 20 minutes. It's just like, what? How has this just happened to me?
Yeah.
As a photographer, like a wedding photographer especially, like that is your dream moment to photograph.
And it was
a completely surprise proposal.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And it was completely candid as well. There was no...
He didn't tell me.
Yeah, there was
he didn't come up to me like 20
hey.
seconds before. Go, hey, I'm going to propose. Can you make sure you get
Yeah.
No. It just happened. I was like, what the fuck?
That's so crazy.
It woke me up for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially on the 4 hours sleep.
I know.
Like, yeah,
I went and did a couple of portraits of them on the steps of Trocadero. Then she was like, oh, I'm pregnant as well. I was like, what? What the hell? Today is full of surprises. And then they booked me for their wedding in Santorini next year. So
that's so awesome.
Fucking mint.
That's such like an interesting like...
The stories that you get from being a wedding photographer is just amazing.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to be big-headed, but like weird stuff just happens to me.
Yeah, maybe you're just lucky.
It's just my life. It's weird, odd things.
Well, you're the main character.
I'm the main character. So weird things just tend to gravitate towards me. Like the man that ate my Twix on the flight to Paris.
What was that?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So I'd been on a diet.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to a Twix. And I bought it in the airport, so it was like 24 quid for a Twix.
Nailed it.
So, you know
it's going to get like that with Brexit.
Exactly, you know, Twix it.
Do you want to move the mic a little bit closer to you as well?
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it that close.
Speaking like this.
Hello, yes, I'm here. Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit closer. So I bought Twix. I was like, I'm going to eat this on a plane. And I fucking dropped it within like half an hour of takeoff. I was like, I'm fuming.
I would have been pissed.
I'm so angry, but I'm so British. I didn't turn around. I was like, I'm not going to turn around just yet. Seatbelt sign's still on. You know,
of course.
I'm not going to turn around.
No, of course.
Piss someone off. So like 20 minutes later, I turn around and the fucking guy is eating my Twix. I was like, you motherfucker. Like,
honestly,
why? Why would you do that? Why would you eat floor chocolate?
Especially during a pandemic.
Why would you eat floor chocolate on a plane in a pandemic?
Well, fair play to him. He's got balls. Like, he doesn't care.
I know, yeah. It's
like,
a ballsy move.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
He doesn't care.
No.
Like, he's living a reckless life.
Yeah, he's living on the edge. And it paid off because he got a salted caramel Twix.
Yeah.
Sorry, like an extra long salted caramel Twix. What a bastard.
What an arsehole.
I know.
Like, rude.
I know.
Straight up. No, it's really like it's really interesting because I suppose there is like, you were saying about being a wedding photographer and you're very happy with being a wedding photographer. I know before we started this podcast, you were saying about personal projects and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's more what, like for me as an artist, that's what I do. Everything I do is pretty much personal based.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really nice, you know, that you get to be able to do that and Like, really enjoy that. I love bridal shoots, but obviously it is mainly for a business aspect.
Of course.
And I enjoy what I do as my business. But it would be nice to be able to get out and do stuff that just I want to do for literally no reason at all, just being creative.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, like get some smoke bombs and just do some weird stuff and get paint. I want to hire a studio and just cover the whole thing in paint. Like,
sounds really
so
like
cool.
Fine art sort of.
Yeah, I'd love to dabble in that.
Yeah,
you know, I've never done anything
yeah.
like that, or experiment with like off-camera flash and stuff like that. Stuff that I've not been able to do before.
What would you sort of like? What would be your go-to? Like if you were to, because we were saying, you said, should I say it? I don't know. The image you were saying about coming out of the sea, like stuff like. Is it like? I want to do
like a cool mermaid shoot, or like a merman, like. So it's just the stuff that goes through, you know, like weird like shower thoughts, and you're in the shower and you're like, I should totally do that.
Just like staring at the tiles.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna get a merman.
What? Why do I feel like you have this little world going on?
I do all the time. You know, like those little clapping monkeys. That's just my fucking brain all the time. It's like just wind it up. Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
Enough coffee in there,
wind
and then
up
it winds it up.
Monkey brain.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me. Weird stuff goes through my head all the time.
No, I could imagine. Well, I think for all creatives, though, we all have those like
definitely
weird like sides to us, you know. And I think that's where a lot of our creativity comes from. In a way,
I'd like to do like, you know, like derelict, not like, you know, stuff like prison stuff. It's already been done.
Of course,
I don't want to do stuff like that.
No,
I'd love to find, you know, sort of like a Georgian house or something like that that's still intact, but it's had a lot of wear to it. I'd love to do some stuff in there. I know there's a few venues in London that you're able to hire that are really kind of rustic, shabby chic, but a little bit derelict on the side. I'd love to just put someone in there and go, yes, we're going to do some cool stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
So this is all like portrait based, because obviously a lot of your work is people. I love
portrait work. I really do. But when I actually started photography, I did wildlife photography. That was my safe space. I used to get out and just go for a walk. You know, I'm a real big bird nerd. I love birds with a passion.
Why do I feel like you have a little book somewhere?
I've got loads of books. Yeah. Don't mug me off.
I wouldn't do such a thing.
Mugging me off?
I used to love like bird watching. I used to go with like my grandpa years ago.
I still watch Spring Watch. Yeah, I'm watching Spring Watch. Fucking love.
I know we're all passing time right now, but
well, you know, should we go on a little bird watch?
Why is there a project in that somewhere?
I feed the ducks a lot as well. I'm a bit sad. Do go to B&M and buy like the 12.5 kilo bags of birdseed for $3.99.
Or just yeet it into Apex Pond.
Yeah, literally. I just like dragging it from my car. People are like, is she fucking mental? I'm like, don't look at me, they're my ducks. I'm like booting kids into Apex. Like, they don't eat bread.
They don't need it.
It's bad for them.
Do you not know their digestive patterns?
Have you seen Home Alone 2?
Yes, years ago.
The pigeon lady.
Yeah.
It me.
Actually, speaking of pigeon ladies, really going off topic again. I was in Venice this time last year.
Oh, I love Venice.
It's a beautiful city, isn't it?
That's where I want to do my next style shoot in Venice.
Honestly,
oh my God.
If you're going for that sort of beaten up rustic decor, Venice is the place.
See, that's where I kind of got that vibe from, you know, like Venetian. Just, I love all of it.
It looks old and beaten up, but it's contemporary in its own way.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
totally.
It's just that perfect balance between like two worlds of just being completely dilapidated and but still really beautiful in the same sense and really elegant. It's absolutely lovely.
It's a beautiful city, and I was one day. I was only there for like 3 days. It was like
I only went for 3 days as well.
Yeah, I love doing really short trips. Like I'm not a big fan of taking 2 weeks off of work.
No, me neither.
I'm not a fan of that.
No, I can't afford to, mate.
No. Honestly,
like, are you free on this Saturday in 4 years' time? Like, well, I guess I am now.
Well, I guess we're working together. Like,
exactly. But, you wanted a holiday in June? No, you got 3 days to do that. Sorry.
But I've always found like those little short holidays, like it's where like you're so cramming everything in and exploring, you actually digest way more, I found.
Absolutely, no, I totally agree with that.
It's really like it's a fun part of traveling, I found. But anyways, whilst I was in Venice, I was walking through this like square. Stopped to have some beautiful Italian coffee, of course. Of course.
The hipster in you was like, oh yes.
Well, can you not tell by my outfit today?
Exactly,
like,
and the cups. You know, the cups are very nice.
Well, as I said when you walked in, it's an art studio.
Exactly.
Which I designed.
Exactly.
And I'm a hipster.
So it's
here we are.
Hipster.
And there's gold to the top of the glasses. Like,
see, we're fancy here.
So fancy. But I was walking through this square and I was having this coffee and I ended up speaking to this Italian couple, like elderly Italian couple.
Oh, that's really nice.
Really nice people. And we were just talking about like Venice and how long they had lived there and all these things. And then the guy has like this bag just full of breadcrumbs. I'm like, oh, he's obviously just feeding the pigeons or whatever. Yeah. And he gets up and he like sort of walks off, and him and his wife are like talking in Italian. And he walks off into the middle of the square, which is maybe, I don't know, 100 meters.
Yeah.
And puts the bag down, gets his hands, fills his hands with breadcrumbs, and then all the pigeons just swarm him.
Oh my God.
And they all just like stand on his hat, on his arms, and they're just like pecking at and I'm like,
oh wow.
I'm like, I've got like a camera with me. Yeah. I wasn't really going to shoot anything, but I took rolls of film and a camera. And I just said to the woman, like, oh, please excuse me. I get up and run over there to like get this picture. And he was like, I don't know how he knows.
And just fucking yeet yourself. Like,
run. Like, Naruto running.
Run. Literally that.
I probably wasn't far off doing that, to be honest with you. But I run over there, and I don't know whether he'd done it subconsciously or not, but he positioned himself in a pool of light, like this perfect little pool of light. And I was only able to get like 1 or 2 frames.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and honestly, I remember coming back and getting the film devved and looking at it and be like, oh, this is so sick.
Yeah.
But that story of like that weird pigeon moment, it was like, out of everything in Venice, that's the thing that I took home with me. But that's why
I love photography. You've got all these anecdotes. I've got anecdotes for days. I could literally sit here for days and just talk about the strangest moments and the happiest moments and just the best things that have ever happened to me. Have probably been when I've been either working or I've had my camera on me. Definitely. Without a doubt. And the people that you talk to as well.
Yeah.
In Paris, I think every single person that I photographed was from a different country. And it was absolutely incredible. My first couple, I think she was Ukrainian. And her partner was Russian. Cool. Second couple, I can't remember where Lena was from. I think she was Ukrainian as well. Really? And her partner was from South Korea. I was like, oh my God. And then my last couple, she was French and he was Spanish.
That's so cool.
Just hearing all their stories. And that's why I love doing what I do. It's just more about people. Yeah. Meeting people and how did you meet and hearing everything about their life. It's just absolutely fantastic. And just like random wedding guests are amazing.
I was going to say, you must have some really interesting conversations at weddings.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very strange conversations happen at weddings.
Especially when people have had a few.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Don't. Jesus. Like the aunties. Oh my God. Aunties at weddings. Amazing. Yeah. Love them so much.
You got to disclose at least one. Like one.
I did a wedding in Bath last October. It was a COVID wedding.
Good times.
And they had 15 guests. And the auntie of the bride and the mother of the bride, oh my God, they were just... No, I think it was mother of the groom, actually. Yeah, it was mother of the groom.
Auntie of the bride.
Auntie of the groom. So
really?
Oh my God, they were just like a comedy duo. I was howling with laughter for the whole day. They were so funny. And they reminded me, it was really strange, they were wearing green and pink. Yeah. And they reminded me of the geese out of Aristocats.
Oh yeah.
Honestly. And I was just laughing all day, just like little moments just pop into my head and they're like walking off together doing like a little bit of a waddle. And I'm just thinking of those geese from Aristocats and just pissing myself. But they were absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to meet them again.
No, I can imagine.
I cannot wait.
I can imagine like some of the stories and some of the things like the interactions. Obviously, being a people type of photography, it's a people form of photography. It must be really interesting having those interactions at these weddings.
Absolutely.
And like, because for me, I'm, my practice, the way that I work is very much conversation first when I'm speaking with a subject who I might want to photograph.
Exactly that. And you need to get a bit of a rapport with them before you say, hi, can I take your picture? I'm not weird.
No. And I suppose at a wedding it's even more like, I suppose at a wedding they know that a photographer might be there.
Yeah, they kind of expect it.
But then you still need
to be comfortable with somebody.
Yeah.
That's why most of my subjects look really comfortable and relaxed. I go and find a bit of common ground with them. I'm a good people person, so I can find common ground with most people.
Yeah.
And it, you need to be able to capture them naturally.
Yeah.
You don't want to get a picture of someone and they're just stood in the background looking like a robot and they're staring at you like you are some kind of Nazi or something like that. Like, I'm fine, okay? Like, I'm just here to take pictures.
I'm not here to ruin the wedding.
Like, I'm not here to like break up some marriage that's just happened. I'm here to document the love and happiness.
Putting up the peace signs.
Throw out the peace. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.
Disking stickers at people.
Bang! It's art. Look it up. Happy wedding day.
That's so funny. No, it must be such like because it's so intimate as well. Like a wedding is so, and it crosses like, it's really interesting you're saying about like want to start playing with personal work, because there's a lot of like intimacies and stuff that you would have built as an artist doing like wedding photography that will easily cross over into other forms of photography.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to do more portrait stuff. In fact, I think, because we were talking about, potentially me going travelling after like the end of 2022, because at the moment I'm not taking 2023 bookings. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I will always love weddings and I will always be a wedding photographer, but I might just want to take a year out.
Yeah.
I would love to just do some travel photography and just street photography and ask people, about their lives and their journeys and just get to know people. That would really just make my heart happy. I'd love to do something like that and see the world as well, because I'm really big on travel.
I think especially it's such an important thing for inspiration, like seeing the world is definitely. It's so easy, well, especially right now because we are, to get stuck in our own little bubbles. And it's, as artists, that can almost be the breaker of you of an artist, if that makes sense.
No, I totally agree with that.
And it's really, I think I found a lot of inspiration from traveling. I've never been able to really afford it. I've always been I think that's why I like traveling though. Yeah. Because you can still make a really good trip out of
not much. Next to nothing, realistically.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have to spend thousands of pounds on all these lavish experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to India with my ex-partner and my dad. We had the best time. It was so good, We spent barely anything and we were talking to locals and we were making friends, and it was just incredible going where the locals go. You don't have to shut yourself away in a resort and not see any of the country that you've been to. But if that's your thing, then do that. I'm not judging people that do that. But for me, I feel I sound like such a hipster. Like, I want to experience the culture.
You are in the hipster art studio.
I am in a hipster art studio.
I'd be disappointed if you weren't
channeling my inner gap
hipster,
year.
Yeah. Where's your dirty backpack? Is it somewhere?
I've got loads of badges that I found on the floor and I've sewn them to my face. Look, I've got a band that I haven't taken off in 9 years.
I got this scar from riding an elephant. In Malaysia.
And then I set that elephant free. And then I murdered the people that were keeping the elephant. And now I'm on the run. But
gap year vibes.
Yeah. Trust fund.
So true.
But mummy and daddy have funded this gap year and I found myself in Thailand. I love Koh Samui. It's like, fuck off, right?
Leave me alone.
Stop talking to me. I don't want to hear about your full moon pies. I want to go get lost in like the fucking Amazon. Obviously not be murdered by people that live there,
Of course, that would maybe not be such a good idea, But
make some good pictures though, wouldn't it?
It would. There's some photojournalism in there, like some
realism. Do you know what I want? Stuff. I want my funeral to be an art exhibition.
Can you commission me to do that?
Yeah. So
absolutely. I can then go travel.
Yeah, and then you can just go and travel and then end up in the same fate and be like, she died doing what she loved.
And now I have.
And now I've made some sick money off of it. So great, awesome.
What? How the did we get here?
I don't know.
We just wandered down that road.
Mate, this is my fucking brain. Like shower thoughts. I just go into like.
Wait, why are you having shower thoughts on a podcast?
Thoughts. Why not?
So if you don't mind me, I just wanted to sort of obviously talk about yourself. You went through quite a transformation over the last couple of years. Like you've lost quite a bit of weight and a complete lifestyle change. And like, it's something that I found really interesting because I, for me personally, I've been through a similar path. By no means are anyone's paths the same, but similar in context. And I wanted to ask, like, do you think that changed you as a photographer going through that stage 100%. And that transformation?
Yeah, 100%. If I could give more than 100%, it would be that.
Yeah.
I was such an introvert. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't feel comfortable, you know, being like over 21 stone at the age of 20. It just completely crippled. I mean, my arteries. No, it just crippled my self-esteem completely. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to sit in my little, you know, my own safe space.
Yeah.
And getting myself out of that comfort zone has just opened up so many doors for me. I can talk to anyone now.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. You know, it really is nice.
100%. So it obviously did a lot for, I think for me as well, it did a lot for like, you know, my headspace and my mentality.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Mental health was definitely on the up when I started.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting how that correlates with, like, especially like with a weight loss sort of journey as such, not use such a Instagram hashtag. But it's interesting how it correlates by, you know, the healthier you get, i.e. the more weight you lose, the better your mind feels over time.
Definitely.
It's really interesting, that correlation.
I think with weight loss, it's always a battle, especially if you have a food addiction. And if you have a negative relationship with food, you will always be battling that in some way.
Of course.
And there's no kind of magic spell for you to get out of that.
No.
If you you know, even when you get to the weight or the size that you want to be, you know, it's not all about weight.
No, of course.
I don't even know. I have no idea what weight I want to be. I just know when I'm happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that's what's really important. You know, you just need to be happy in yourself. If you're not happy, then you can start making those changes to become a happier person or become you know, just more mentally kind of healthy.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's definitely a stage in there where, you know, for me, I've spoke about it loads, so I won't go too into it, but for me, there was a moment where it all sort of changed when I made the decision to be like, okay, enough's enough. You know,
it was a very snap decision.
Yeah.
It wasn't a gradual thing. You know,
definitely not.
I had tried, well, inverted commas, I had tried everything.
Yeah.
And obviously I hadn't.
No.
No, I hadn't. I tried for a couple of weeks and given up. I got, it doesn't work.
Why haven't I lost 5 kilos?
I've got a slow metabolism. No, you don't, Zan. You are just greedy and lazy. Like that was my brain, and that was how I dealt with my problems. I ate. I mean, I still do that now, but you know, we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect here.
No, I feel that.
Lockdown's been tough to us, guys. Like, don't
I put on 5 kilos.
I've just started my weight loss journey again. Obviously, I haven't put on 10 stone like I lost. I
would be amazed if you had in like
6 months.
Yeah,
boom.
I'm like, Xanthe, how the fuck did you manage that?
It's like, well, you know, biscuits and Netflix.
You'd literally have to be eating 24/7.
Yeah, that'd be horrific.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah, it would.
Jesus Christ! Now I'm visualizing that.
But when I think back to how much I used to eat, I'm just like. Not positively, but I was just in awe of how much I could actually consume as a human and go, how did I fucking do that?
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. I think I've always found, like, looking back, especially photos don't always do it justice, I found.
No, they don't. But the thing is, I went through a very grey area, and I do not remember myself being that big at all. I never felt 21 stone. I went to Japan. And me and my ex-partner, we walked up like over 1,000 steps to get a view of Mount Fuji. And not once did I stop and think, oh my God, I'm so unfit. Like I walked up those fucking steps. Like I did it. So I was always very mentally able to do things. And like kind of physically able to do things. You know, I never kind of got tired walking up steps.
Interesting.
It didn't get to that point. So that's why I think I never saw myself as that big. And when I see pictures of myself, I go, how wasn't I...
aware of it?
Yeah, like how wasn't I so aware or unhealthy, like physically unhealthier than I actually looked? It was really, really strange.
Yeah.
And I started running and got, oh my God, I got stamina. I can run.
Let's not go down the running rabbit hole. I do that on every podcast with guests. It's
do you?
bad. Yeah, I
God.
do it because obviously I enjoy a good run.
I used to.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
I think
I like a good incline walk now. I do, but gyms aren't open, so I can't fucking go anywhere.
Means you should go on a run.
Oh, I don't want to.
You know you want to go on a run today.
I might just be lazy and do a little home boogie, like a little home workout. I'm not doing.
Get a run in.
Leave me alone. I don't want to run. Okay.
So I told you, don't get me started on
Leave
running.
me alone.
But it's really interesting because I seem to say that all the time. It's really interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting.
I catch myself saying it all the time because it's art. Like that sort of moment where, for me anyways, where I started to make the shift.
Yeah.
I noticed a big change in my artwork and the way I approached my artwork.
Yeah.
And it's still similar. I still have similar sort of mentality towards it. But if anything, I seem to be able to be much more proficient with understanding it. And I think that came with the mental health journey, the good and the real bad that I went through.
Definitely.
In that time.
It is an up
doors.
and down thing. It's not just constant improvement.
Of course.
You'll have days, sometimes weeks where you just want to give up and go, oh, it's not working.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this. I'm not even halfway there yet, and you just want to give up.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. But in terms of approaching work and art, I found myself, I used to use a lot of kind of like long lenses, so telephoto lenses. Now I'm like 24 mil. I want to be
in there.
I want to be in with the people. I don't want to be stood at the back and not experiencing anything, not hearing all these funny conversations that I get to photograph. So you know what? I'm going to stick on my 24 mil and I'm going to get in there. And I'm going to get some really cool shots, of people like right in my face. And it's awesome. And I've missed that interaction, with COVID. I missed, not being able to gauge people's facial expressions and have a laugh with people. And it's been really hard.
And doing it through Zoom. It's just, you just don't get that.
Exactly.
So that's the thing that made me want to make sure this podcast carried on in person.
Exactly.
Because it didn't feel the same. I'd done Zoom podcasts in the past. And it was like, they just don't have the same energy because you're not bouncing off of each other, that's really strange actually. You were saying about how you used to use telephotos, now you use wides, and how that sort of correlates. Like maybe that, please stop me if I'm psychoanalyzing, but maybe there was a
therapist now. Yeah.
With microphone, could you imagine a microphone in every therapy
lie
session?
down on this.
Yeah.
Like, it's
you wouldn't be the first guest. Jake did it, Nat did it, and most people have. Yeah.
Nice.
Got to be comfortable. And it's really strange because maybe you using zoom lens back then was your way of not getting involved, but still making, being the introvert in a way.
I didn't want people to notice me at all. I mean, I was pretty hard not to notice because I was the size of a small planet.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
If you don't have a personality about it, there's literally no
true
point.
That is very true.
You've got to be able to laugh at it, or you'll cry.
I don't know if you
in the shower thoughts with Xanthe.
Why do you need to start a podcast called Shower Thoughts?
I might have to.
You need to do that, please.
Shall I have my TikTok niche?
Yeah, oh my god, yes.
Shower Thoughts with
Xanthe. Oh my god, yes. That would be so jokes. That would be such a funny series.
What would chairs be like if our knees went the other way? That's what I saw the other day. I was like, oh my god, what would chairs be like if our knees bent the other way? Would we even need chairs?
Or our legs would be facing up in front of us.
Like fucking flamingos, walking about like... That's the sound that I've just made to walk like a flamingo, and it's... Just in case you can't see me, you want to have a cheeky little listen.
Have a visual representation.
That is what a flamingo walking sounds like. It's exactly that.
According to Xanthe.
I don't mind if you want to set that as your text tone.
Low-key, gonna do it.
See, there you go. There you go.
I'm gonna jump on that. The Xanthe flamingo text tone. Baba.
Baba. Why do I sound like Brian Badondi out of Phone Jacker?
Oh man.
For fuck's sake. It's been a long day, guys. I've been up since 5 a.m.
5 a.m. club. No, it's cool. It's really interesting. I was just thinking we're getting to roughly an hour. So
oh my God.
I know these things go so fast.
Oh, we're going to wrap it up, guys.
We're going to wrap this thing up.
I knew he was going to fucking say, we're going to wrap it up.
Hey.
We're going to continue this another time.
To be continued, guys. I'll get my radio host voice out.
Yes.
Just like, guys, we're going to finish this podcast next week. To be continued.
I think you could definitely record like audiobooks.
Not to blow my own trumpet, but people have said that to me in the past.
You should.
Like listening to my podcast.
It's not blowing your own trumpet. I thought, honestly, that is something that grinds my gears. That is
here we go. Here's
something
the
that
radio
grinds my
voice.
gears, actually. We live in such an age now where we can't compliment ourselves, and it really does annoy me. And that is something that I have come to terms with through weight loss. I found that I never gave myself credit for my achievements at all, and now I do. I'm like, yeah, I fucking lost 10.5 stone. That's boss. If people think I'm, not being very modest, fuck you. It was hard.
I love that attitude.
But, just give yourself credit for stuff that you're good at. Like, you have a nice voice. You could record audiobooks. You don't have to be like, I'm going to blow my own trumpet. Nah, but like, yeah, I've been told that in the past. Yeah, thanks.
Darling, like.
Thank you.
But I think that's the thing is like, I don't know if obviously I don't know if yourself is like this, but I do have a bit of an ego. I think a lot of artists have a bit of an ego in some regard. And for me, I do struggle to control it sometimes. So from like, and it's like caused big rifts in family and friendships. Yeah, at points in my life when I was going through my transformation, I thought I was the fucking boy. I was like,
oh, honestly, like my friend did something similar, and he was like, yeah, I'm the fucking bee's knees.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Like, and I got to that point where I honestly, now in reflection and speaking to the people that I, obviously was a bit of a dick to, understand it. And I'm like, okay, I can tone it down.
The problem is we had never experienced anything like that.
No.
And when you do start getting attention, not in that sense.
No.
Like just people recognizing, go, oh my God.
You look so different.
You look really different. You look great. You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And you start to get a fucking big head about it.
Yeah, that ego starts to bubble up.
You see so many people at once. You're like, oh my God, you look great. You look great. You look fucking great. Oh my God, you look so good. I'm like, yes, I do. And you feed off of it for a while.
Yeah.
And then when you stop hearing that, you dip again because people have already said it to you.
Yeah.
And you take a dip and you go, oh, maybe I don't look great anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's...
And your ego kind of goes...
Shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not as great as I think I am.
Oh, no,
but it's totally normal. I think it's totally normal to go through that when you go through such a vast transformation.
Totally.
I went from being the fat friend, the people that, used to take the piss out of. And then people that used to bully me, they'd message me, oh, we should get a drink sometime. I'm like, fuck you. Go drink some bleach. That's what you can drink. I'll be over here sipping my pina colada. You can have some battery acid. That's where my head was at. I was like, bye.
Bye.
But you come down off that. You get a bit more level-headed. And you're like, okay.
I totally agree.
People are assholes in their past, including myself.
Yeah, I think
we've all got a past.
Yeah. Let's not dive too deep to ours. But I think that's the thing that maybe that's why I'm not so... Like my girlfriend says that to me all the time, that I downplay myself far too much.
I've had that a lot as well.
Yeah. And I think for me, I do it because I know if I don't and I do it too much and I compliment myself too much, my ego starts to then bubble back up.
It's weird, like balancing everything in your life. It's so strange.
Yeah, 100%.
Mate, 100%. Being an adult sucks.
Oh, fucking sucks. Got all these bills and shit to pay. It's like,
what?
No.
What's council tax? What the fuck is that? I have to pay.
Get this the fuck out of my way.
I have to pay to live in an area? What the fuck?
And it's cheaper in another area?
Like, what? I don't understand.
What is this?
Mate, the council tax in Weston-super-Mare, don't know what they're thinking of, but it ain't going on the roads, I can tell you that.
No, the roads are terrible in Weston.
North Somerset, potholes. I'm like,
I was in Bristol.
What am I paying £1,100 council tax for? What's going on?
Yeah, I know. I was in Bristol last night. I got invited to go see. There's a new art project going on in the Galleries Mall in Bristol.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and It's by a group called Keep Art It.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of friends with the people that run that, and then also another group. There's the ego. And there's another group that's joined in on it as well called Fill Me In, which is like this really progressive like art group in Bristol. Anyways, they invited me to go up there and have a look at this space, and it's honestly amazing what they're doing.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm so excited to see what it's going to be like in like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
But driving there, I realised how shit the roads are in Bristol. They
absolutely
are
disgusting.
terrible.
They are horrific.
I hit a pothole and I genuinely thought my car was going to another dimension. I was like, and I crawled over it. I was like 20 miles an hour, and it was like, yeah.
Oh no!
It was so bad.
I'm gonna got like square tires at the end of it.
I got out of the car. I was like, is this a Flintstones car now? Like, donk, donk.
Yeah, there's a pothole just coming out of Western on the way back to Burnham. Fucking does my head in every damn time.
Yeah.
How do we get to potholes?
Yeah. I think we're going down the rambling thing.
Tangents
now,
with
Xanthe. But yeah, so to everyone who's listening or watching this podcast, where can they find your work, Xanthe? Where can everybody find your stuff?
Shameless plug. Yeah, my website is xantherowland.co.uk. I did have a .com, but I thought I was being a bit of a big-headed twat and was like...
Yeah, .com, you're really starting to like go into like some weird spaces there.
I've got a .co.uk now. And
keep yourself grounded.
Exactly, And then when I become an absolute international superstar, not going to,
.com.
I'll go back to my .com. But if you do type in the .com, it does redirect to the .co.uk because I own both.
Baller. Both domains don't care.
Mate, it fucking took me so long to work out how to redirect a domain. I was like, I felt like a fucking like mega mind coder. I was like, yes.
Just copy and paste something over.
Put that on my CV. Coding genius. But yeah, if you do want to see any of my work, it's xantherowland.co.uk, and my Instagram is Xanthe Weddings, because that's what I do, so I don't want to just make it really broad.
You want it nice and precise there.
Exactly, Xanthe Rowland photography. I'm like, ugh.
Let's not get started on having photography after your Instagram name. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, me neither. I used to have Xanthe Photography. Ugh. And then I gave it to another photographer called Xanthe in Australia. Okay. I was a very nice person. I was like, you know what, you can just have it because that's your business name.
Yeah.
Here's my Instagram handle. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to be Xanthe Weddings because it's a bit more me. And I'm not cool enough to think of a cool name. I don't...
Well, the thing with it is, like, I'm a big believer in that we're all artists. Like, we shouldn't have to put photography... Like, my main discipline is photography.
Yeah.
But I do all of these other forms of art.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So to me, it's just Jacob. Well, mine's the Jacob Deere. Yeah. That's my ego.
Of course it is.
Well, Jacob Deere was taken, so I was like,
I was going to say, well,
like,
nice.
Now I'm on a pedestal.
But the problem is, if I put the in front of my name, it just looks. I've just called myself the Xanthe.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sick though.
The Xanthe.
The Xanthe. That sounds like.
It sounds like lasagna with a lisp.
Okay, yeah, now I hear it.
See, this is why I won't be able to choose any name for anything. I'm like, nah, it sounds like that.
Sounds like lasagna. Sounds like lasagna.
Can't do that.
Before we ramble off down the road of Italian food, make sure you guys go check out Xanthe's work. The links are all down in the description below.
I'm just going to do that.
Do that. Everybody does that. It's just like everyone points at the ground.
You know what? Fuck yeah, I'm going to do it up there.
Actually, I'm going to put one above as well.
Nice.
The only person I've done that.
Nice.
There's going to be a little caption somewhere around here. Click that.
Click all the things.
Click, or should I just cover the screen in captions?
Just loads of clickbait.
Yeah.
You won't believe what happened next. Wow.
Oh my God, they started speaking about weird Italian food.
Doctors want to keep this a secret.
Vaccines, are they real?
How many 5Gs have you injected today?
Is there a microbot in your Cheerios? Find out by clicking this link. But anyway, guys, shout out to Xanthe for coming on the podcast. Make sure you go check out our work. And as I say at the end of all the podcasts, guys, it's crazy world out there. Take it. There, I can't speak. Take care. Stay safe. See you guys soon.